Hello guys, and today we will be considering indices and logarithm. Okay, so since this is the foundation, so we'll try as much as possible to ensure that it is fully established. So assuming we have indices, the indices and the sense can also be called exponents, and they provide a convenient form of quadruple shorthand. So if I have x multiplied by x multiplied by x multiplied by x, right? Everything can be written all together to be x raised to the power 4, right? Because this x raised to the power 1, 1, 1, 1. And if you combine the 4 together, it gives 4. So now if we have x raised to the power 4 here, so we know that this 4 is known as the index or the exponent. This x is known as the base, right? And if by any chance we have let's say 3x raised to the power 4, right? So this 3 here will be known as the coefficients, the x known as the base we have established, and the 4 known as the index or exponent, right? So now if we want to establish the rules of logarithm, now there are 3 basic rules of logarithm, out of which the others emanate from. Okay, so the first rule of logarithm is the product rule, which will say if x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n, since it is multiplication, the result will be x raised to the power m plus n, and 2 x raised to the power m divided by x raised to the power n. Since it is division, it will be subtraction, so that is x raised to the power m minus n. And the third rule is the power rule, that's x raised to the power n multiplied by n. Now the result will be the multiplication of the two powers. Okay, so that's x raised to the power m. Now take for instance we have x raised to the power 5 multiplied by x raised to the power 3. Now since they have the same base x, right, technically their power will be added together. 5 plus 3, that will give me x raised to the power 8. And furthermore, if you have x raised to the power 5 divided by x raised to the power 3, that will give me x raised to the power 5 minus 3, that will give me x raised to the power 2, and x raised to the power 5, everything raised to the power 3, will give me x raised to the power 5 times 3, and that will give me x raised to the power 15. Now, what if the power is negative? Take for instance, we have x raised to the power 5 multiplied by x raised to the power minus 3. So since we are adding, the whole rule still remains the same. So it will be x raised to the power 5 plus into minus 3. That will give me x raised to the power 5 minus 3. That's x raised to the power 2. Right, so we will apply the same thing. X raised to the power 5 divided by x raised to the power minus 3. X raised to the power 5 minus. This is minus because we are dividing, and we have a minus 3 again, so that's x raised to the power 5 plus 3, and that'll give me x raised to the power 8. And finally, x raised to the power 5 multiplied by always power minus 3, so that's x raised to the power 5 multiplied by minus 3, and that'll give me x raised to the power 15. So like we said, these are the three basic rules of indices, and we want to establish about 4 extra rules, right? So the first thing we are gonna do, we'll just write it down. Number 1 is x raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So this will definitely means that anything raised to the power of 0 will be equal to 1. Okay, so let's assume we have x raised to the power m, and then we have x raised to the power m, right? So this divided by this will give me 1. And if you go through the indices part, that's x raised to the power m divided by x raised to the power m. So this will give me x raised to the power m minus m. And because if we are dividing, and then the result will automatically be subtraction. So with that, you know that this m minus m will give me 0, and x raised to the power 0 is 1. So that's the fourth rule, and moving on to the fifth rule, we have that x raised to the power minus m is equals to 1 over x raised to the power m. Okay, so here's the fifth rule. Number 6, x raised to the power 1 over m is equals to m root m of a, or the mth root of a. So the mth root of a, so we can say that x raised to the power half will be equals to square root of x raised to the power 1 over 3 will be the cube root of x raised to the power 1 over 4 will give me the fourth root of x, and on like that. And finally, if you have x raised to the power n over m, now since we know that x raised to the power n over m will be equals to x raised to the power n multiplied by 1 over m. And now if we go ahead and split this further, we have that it is x raised to the power 1 over m, everything multiplied by m. Now it's like going in reverse order from rule 3. We say that it's fundamental, so we are going in reverse order from rule 3, right? So definitely we know that our x raised to the power m from rule 6 is mth root of x. Okay, this should be x, sorry, should be mth root of x, and everything raised to the power n. Or you can also write it as square root of m raised to the power x raised to the power n, like that. Square root of x mth root raised to the power n. So this process continues. So let's try and recap all the rules that we've established so far. So we have the first rule, that says x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n is equals to x raised to the power n plus n. And number 2, x raised to the power m divided by x raised to the power n is x raised to power n minus n. Number 3, x raised to power n all raised to power n equals to x raised to power m multiplied by n. And number 4, x raised to power 0 is 1, and x raised to power of 0 is 1. Number 5, x raised to power minus n is equals to 1 over x raised to power m. And number 6, x raised to power 1 over m goes to the mth root of x. And number 7, x raised to power n over m is equal to the mth root of x all raised to power n, which is the same thing as writing the mth root of x raised to power n. So questions can come in any form, having understood the 7 laws of indices, so we can go further and apply the rules to questions matters. So basic questions. We could just take 2 questions and then move on. So we have 6x raised to power minus 4 multiplied by 2x raised to power 3 divided by x raised to power minus 3. Now, since this is mathematics, we can have different methods of solving this. So the first thing someone might want to do is bring all the coefficients together and separate other things. Bring all the coefficients together, that's the 6, the 2, the 8, right? Then after working with the coefficients, we can now talk about the base and their respective exponents or powers. So let's try and bring them together. So we have 6 multiplied by 2 divided by 8. Now we want to multiply with x raised to the power 4 minus 4 multiplied by x raised to the power 3 and everything divided by x raised to the power minus 3. Now this will give us 12 over 8 and multiplied by, if you apply here, using this we apply the first law, we apply a law there. So we have it to be x raised to the power minus 4. Since it is multiplication there, we have addition plus 3 divided by x raised to the power minus 3. So 12 divided by 8, when it is reduced further, we have it to give us 3 over 2 multiplied by minus 4 plus 3 is to give you minus 1 divided by x raised to the power minus 3. And this further reminds us of another rule. Let's say that we have x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n, x raised to the power m plus n, and here we have x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n divided, will give us x raised to the power m minus n. Right. So with respect to that, this will give us 3 over 2 multiplied by x raised to the power minus 1 minus 3. So this is 3 over 2 multiplied by x raised to the power minus 1 plus 3. And this will give us 3 over 2 x raised to the power 2. So this is the final answer. So we can see that everything here, sorry, you can see that everything here is being reduced to this. So that's the fun thing about indices. We can reduce the largest of expression into a single one. Okay. So if that was easy, then let's try question 2. That says it says if you simplify e is equals to 5x squared y raised to power minus 3 over 2 z raised to power 1 over 4 all squared, and let's try and complicate it a little bit and say 4x raised to power 4 y squared z raised to power minus 1 over 2. Now if we want to apply this now, we can see that at first there is a product rule, right? And there is also the power rule. So we can say recall that x raised to power m all into n is equals to x raised to power m times n, or we can just say x raised to power mn. So this power of 2 here will multiply individual powers, right? So it will multiply z raised to power 1 over 4. Here it will multiply y raised to power minus 3 over 2, x raised to power 2, and even 5. The same thing happens here. The minus 1 over 2 multiplies z, y squared, x raised to power 4, and even 4. So if we work up with that, we can see now that e will be 5 raised to power 2 multiplied by x raised to power 2 into 2 multiplied by y raised to power minus 3 over 2 into 2. Remember, we are all multiplying by this power of 2, and z raised to power 1 over 4 all into 2. Now we do the same thing for the next. It's 4 raised to power minus 1 over 2, and x raised to power 4 into minus 1 over 2, y squared into minus 1 over 2, z into minus 1 over 2. Alright, so 5 squared is 25. Now if 2 multiplies 2, you'll be left with 4, right? So that will give us x raised to power 4. Remember, we are following this rule here on this line. So this one says minus 3 over 2 multiplied by 2, and this will give us what? Minus 3. Minus 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 will give us minus 3. So we have y raised to power minus 3, and 1 over 4 multiplied by 2 give us 2 over 4, and that will be equivalent to 1 over 2. So that's z raised to power what? 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 raised to power minus half. We will come back to this, and 4 multiplied by minus 1 over 2 will give me minus 2, x raised to power minus 2. 2 multiplied by minus 1 over 2 will give me minus 1, and that's y raised to power minus 1. This is z raised to power 1. So 1 multiplied by minus 1 over 2 will give me z into minus 1 over 2. Now, having done that, let's try to simplify further x 4 raised to power minus 1 over 2. Now we have 25 x raised to the power 4 y raised to the power minus 3 z raised to the power 1 over 2 multiplied by, now recall that x raised to the power, okay, let me use similar, x raised to the power 1 over m is equals to root m to root of x, okay, and also that x raised to the power minus 1 minus m, sorry, is equals to 1 over x raised to the power m. So in short, we can say that's 4. Okay, let's try to remove this guy first. So in short, we can say that 4 raised to the power minus half is the same thing as 1 over 4 raised to the power half if we apply this rule. And 1 over 4 raised to the power half is equals to 1 over square root of 4 if we apply this rule. So therefore, square root of 4 is 2, which will give me what? 1 over 2. So in conclusion, I am saying that 4 raised to the power minus half is equals to 1 over 2. So if I go back to the question itself, that will give me 25 x raised to the power 4 y raised to the power minus 3 z raised to the power half multiplied by 4 raised to the power minus half is equals to half, that's 1 over 2. X raised to the power minus 2, y raised to the power minus 1, z raised to the power minus 1 over 2. Now, this makes more sense, and then we can now have the coefficients together. So that will be 25 multiplied by 1 over 2, that's 25 over 2, multiplied by x raised to the power 4, y raised to the power minus 3, z raised to the power half, multiplied by x raised to the power minus 2, y raised to the power minus 1, z raised to the power minus half. Now, some people might decide to use the law x raised to the power minus m is equals to 1 over x raised to the power m for each of these minus powers, negative powers, I mean. And some people can just choose to apply the first rule of x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n will be equals to x raised to the power m plus n. Okay, some people might choose to apply that rule straight. So let's try to collect like things, right? So that's 25 over 2 multiplied by x raised to the power 4 is x raised to the power 4 once multiplied with x raised to the power minus 2 because they have to have the same base, okay? So multiplied by x raised to the power minus 2, okay? Multiplied by y raised to the power minus 3 multiplied by y raised to the power minus 1 multiplied by z raised to the power half multiplied by z raised to the power minus half. So we can apply the law of indices, the multiplication rule. So that's x raised to the power 4. They are multiplying, so we will add the powers. Minus 2 multiplied by y raised to the power minus 3. They are multiplying, so we are adding the powers. So minus 3 plus minus 1 multiplied by z raised to the power half plus minus half. So in short, we have 25 over 2. 4 plus minus 2 will give me 4 minus 2 because positive times negative will give me a minus negative. So that's x raised to the power of 2 multiplied by y into minus 3 plus minus 1. And minus 3 plus minus 1 will give me minus 3 minus 1. So minus 3 minus 1 will give me minus 4. Y raised to the power minus 4 multiplied by z half plus minus half. So negative multiplied by positive give me negative, so that will give me half minus half, and that will give me z raised to the power 0. Now remember that anything raised to power 0 is 1, right? So this is turned to 1. So that will give me 25 over 2 multiplied by x squared multiplied by y raised to power minus 4 multiplied by 1. Now, I want to try and simplify minus 4, y raised to power minus 4 further. Let us apply the rule of y. X raised to power minus m is equals to 1 over x raised to power m. Right? So we have 25 over 2 multiplied by x squared multiplied by 1 divided by y raised to power 4. Since it's multiplied by 1, we can leave that aside. So that will give me 25 x squared over 2 y raised to power 4. And this will be the final equation for E. And proceeding further, I want us to have a final debate on this. And number 3, which I will leave for you guys to solve, is quite simple. Don't think it is complicated. We have that f is equals to the cube root of a raised to power 6 b raised to power 3 divided by square root of 1 over 9 a raised to power 4 b raised to power 6 multiplied by 4 into square root of a raised to power 6 b squared, everything divided by minus half. Now, I want you guys to work on this. Remember that to solve this, you might just have to apply the rule of x raised to power m, or let's say you apply the rule of x raised to power 1 over m to be equals to square cube roots or mth roots of x. Okay, in this case our x is a raised to power 6 b raised to power minus b raised to power 3, sorry. So here also we would want to apply the rule of square root. The same rule applies. X raised to power minus 1 over m is equals to the mth root, right, of 1 over x. Now let's transfer this together. So at first, the best thing to do in this case is to select them one by one, so as not to have a rough work. 3 a raised to power 6 b raised to power 3. Now, since we are applying the rule of x raised to power minus m over x raised to power 1 over m is equals to 1 over, sorry, x raised to power 1 over m is equals to the mth root of x. So that means I'm saying that if x is equals to a raised to power 6 b raised to power 3, right? So therefore I'm saying that this will further equal to root 3 of x, and that will give me x raised to power 1 over 3. And since we say that x is equals to a raised to power 6 b raised to power 3, definitely I'm saying it's that it is a raised to power 6 b raised to power 3 or raised to power 1 over 3. Now this reminds us of power law that says x raised to power m raised to power n is equals to x raised to power mn. So this will give me a raised to power 6 multiplied by 1 over 3 multiplied by b raised to power 3 multiplied by 1 over 3. So 6 by 1 over 3 will give me 2, that's a squared, multiplied by b into 3 by 1 over 3, that will give me b, so that's b raised to power 1. So this will give me a square b. Okay, now we go further into the next to see some square roots of 1 over 9 a squared, sorry, a raised to power 4 b raised to power 3. Now we apply the same law here, and we say, let's say our x is equals to 1 over 9 a raised to power 4 b raised to power 3, and we're applying the rule of x raised to power 1 over m is equals to the mth root of x. Now in that case, we have that this will give us square root of x, and that's x raised to power half. And since we know that our x is 1 over 9 a raised to power 4 b raised to power 3, everything raised to power half. So with respect to that, and we can now apply our power rule again. But before we apply our power rule, we know that 9 is equal to 3 squared. Okay, so I can substitute that and say 1 over 3 squared a raised to power 4 b raised to power 3 or raised to power half. Okay, now remember that x, yes, let's apply that. X raised to power minus 1 minus m is equals to 1 over x raised to power m. So if we move backwards in this order and apply it to 1 over 3 squared, we will be saying that this will give us 3 raised to power minus 2. Okay, because we are moving in reverse order. A raised to power 4, b raised to power 3, all raised to power half. Now I can now apply my product, my power root, sorry, that's x raised to power m multiplied by all raised to power n, x raised to power m n. So with respect to that, I can have 3 raised to power minus 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, a raised to power 4 multiplied by 1 over 2, b raised to power 3 multiplied by 1 over 2, and this will give me 3 raised to power minus 1, a raised to power 2, and b raised to power 3 over 2. Okay, and now yes, and now with respect to that, sorry, I think we made a mistake. This is raised to power 6, raised to power 6. My sincere apologies. Raised to power 6, 6, 6, 6. So that's 6 multiplied by 1 over 2, and that will give us 3. So if we apply this same law again, okay, x raised to power minus m multiplied by 1 is equals to 1 over x raised to power m. Then we can say that 3 raised to power minus 1 is 1 over 3, so that's a squared is raised to power 3 over 3. Alright, now that we have solved the first two parts, we've solved this, we've solved this. Now we want to move into solving this. Okay, now let's copy the right question this time around. So we have 4 square root of a raised to power 6 b squared all raised to power minus half. Now I'm solving this now. You would have that 4. We can apply our power rule here straight up. Okay, let's apply our power rule straight up here. So that will give me 4 raised to power minus half into square root of a raised to power 6 b squared, everything raised to power minus half. Now after applying the power rule there, we can now deal with the square roots, right? Remember x raised to power minus, sorry, x raised to power 1 over m is equals to square root mth root of x, right? So like we've been doing before. So this will give me 4 raised power minus half, and then we have into the square root, we will have a raised power 6b squared divided by 1 over 2, or multiplied by all to the power of 1 over 2, then again all to the power of minus 1 over 2. Okay, now we will now have to apply our power rule here again. Now that x raised power n raised power n is equals to x raised power nn, so we have to multiply these two out. And we can also work side by side with this, okay, because 4 is equals to 2 squared, so I can put 2 squared multiplied by minus 1 over 2 into, let's change this into square brackets so that it will make more sense, into, now I want to multiply these two powers. Applying the power rule, I don't want to touch a raised power of 6 b squared and half multiplied by minus half. Okay, now some people might decide to go further and say we use 2 raised power 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, and then instead of multiplying out, we multiply by this power first. So that's a raised power 6 times 1 over 2, a raised power 2 times 1 over 2, everything into minus half. Now this works, this also works, okay? So personally, I feel like using this, but at the same time, I feel this is more easier to understand. There's a minus here. Okay, so if we proceed further, so this will give me 2 multiplied by minus half will give me minus 1, into a raised power 6 by half, that's give me a raised power 3, and this will give me b raised to power 1. Okay, everything raised to power half. And if you are going further with this system, you will still get the same thing. Okay, don't feel bad about it. So this will give me 2 raised power minus 1, and let's apply the power law again. A raised power 3 times 1 over 2, b raised power 1 times minus 1 over 2, that will give me 2 raised power minus 1, into a raised power minus 3 over 2, b raised power minus half. Yep, and that will be it. So I can, since everything has some negative power, I can bring them all down to the denominator, or even before that. I can now go back to the real question, and it says that f is equals to cube root of a raised power 6 b raised power 3 divided by square root of 1 over 9 a raised power 4 b raised power 6 multiplied by 4 in the square root of a raised power 6 b raised power 2, everything raised to power minus half. Now, having solved this before to give us a square b, and we've solved these also to give us a square b cubed over 3, so this will give us a square b divided by a square b cubed over 3 multiplied by this was indirectly we have 2 at the denominator. Okay, so that's 2. You can write this as 1 over 2 b raised power minus 3 over 2 b raised power minus half times 1 over 2 a raised power minus 3 over 2 b raised power minus half. Now in the scenario, we can bring like terms together, right? So, and we will also follow the rules at each end. So we can choose to apply either multiplication first or division. Okay, it works but we'll apply board mass like we always like with dots, I believe. So board mass division comes first. Okay, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Okay, so division and multiplication are on the same parentheses. So let's apply this, do this first. So if you do this first, we have a raised to power 2 divided is divided, right? That's minus 2, b raised to power 1 minus 3, everything divided by 3. Okay, and this will give us a raised to power 0, b raised to power minus 2 divided by 3. Even raised to power 0 is 1, sorry. So this will give me, okay, now I can just bring this one down. This will give me b raised to power minus 2 divided by 3. And since multiplication is at its end, I can break this guy down. And say multiply me by 1 over 2 a raised to power minus 3 over 2 b raised to power minus 1 over 2. Okay, so that will give me okay. Alright, let's proceed. So that will give me b raised to power minus 2. Okay, and I can now multiply it out. So that will give me b raised to power minus 2 over 3 multiplied, or I bring out my components coefficient out first. Right, so okay, yes, something was missing. We made a very big mistake. I was trying to figure it out. I think I found it, so let's go over it again, please. So let's try to avoid mistakes like this. They are quite costly. So now let's, before we even proceed and do this together, let's try to rearrange them. I think our arrangement must have been costly. So a squared b, and we multiply you by 1 over 2 a raised to power minus 3 over 2 a raised to power minus 1 over 2, everything divided by a squared b cubed divided by 3. Now this 3 becomes goes to the numerator, right? Or instead of doing this, we can say divided by a squared b cubed divided by 3. Now let's change this multiplication sign, division sign to multiplication. That's a squared b multiplied by 1 over 2 a raised to power minus 3 over 2 b raised to power minus 1 over 2 multiplied by 3 over a squared b cubed. Okay, now it all makes sense. Now that we have all to be multiplication sign, a squared b multiplied by 1 over 2. Okay, I can now bring out my coefficients. That's 1 over 2 multiplied by 3, and then factorize with a accordingly. A, that's a minus 3 over 2, right? And this itself will give us a raised to power minus 2 b raised to power minus 3 a squared b multiplied by 1 over 2 a raised to power minus 3 over 2 b raised to power minus half multiplied by 3 into a raised to power minus 2 b raised to power minus 3. So that's a squared b. Bring out my coefficients. 1 over 2 times 3 multiplied by a squared plus minus 3 over 2 plus minus 2 multiplied by b into 1 because it's raised power 1 plus minus 1 over 2 plus minus 3. So with that we have 3 over 2. So this will have 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2, that's 0. 0 plus this plus a raised power minus 3 over 2 multiplied by b plus minus 1 plus 1 over 1 plus minus 1 over 2. Now give me minus 1 over 2 plus minus 3 over 2. This give me minus, this give me 1 over 2 minus 3, and that's minus 2 and a half, and that will give us b raised power minus 5 over 2. So with this we have come to the end of indices and logarithm. Then in our next video we'll be talking about indices equation, which we target some initial equations. So we solve questions on this, and then we move further into the rules of logarithm and the base 10, base E. We also talk about logarithm equations, and that will be the end of indices and logarithm.